With an update on the Summerslam status of a star that has been absent from programming and more, this is Wrestling Rambles. My name is John, and you're watching the Wrestling Report. For an interview with Out of Character, Seth Rollins talked about how some stars on NXT don't want to make the move to the main roster, saying, "It was very cool for me to go back and have that moment. One of the things I talk about is helping the younger talent and pushing the industry forward. The opportunity was presented to me to go down to NXT, and I haven't wrestled a match on the show in over 10 years. Obviously, it moved from Full Sail to the Performance Center, and the look, the feel, and the vibe was totally different, and it had gone through so many different iterations over the years, but it's still NXT. I cut a little promo after the show, and it didn't really dawn on me that it would feel sentimental until after when I got out there and I felt the audience and I felt the connection. I hadn't wrestled in front of a crowd that small and intimate in a very long time. There is something special about wrestling in front of an intimate crowd like that in a small space. You'll see big bands do that. Go back to these small bars and pack them out. There is something about that where you get a different experience as opposed to doing it in an arena or stadium. It's a lot more personal. It really hit me when I went out there, and you could really interact with any person in any seat. It was an awesome experience. Braun Breaker was a hell of an opponent. I was really happy to get down there and get in the ring with him and chit-chat with other guys and girls and see what they are experiencing on a day-to-day basis. It was cool. Felt a lot of hunger to get to the next level. I was happy to see that. We were going through a period with NXT where there was a lot of complacency and people talking about, "I'd rather stay in NXT, I don't want to go to the main roster." That always rubbed me the wrong way. When I went down there this past time, I felt a different energy, and I felt people were excited to come to the main roster and take their careers to the next level. That got me hyped. In that same interview, Seth Rollins mentioned how he held resentment over not being in the main event of WrestleMania 39. Jealousy is not necessarily the right word. At the end of the day, it's show business, you know? That's how it works sometimes. It's not always a meritocracy as much as we would love it to be. It's just not. For me, I took the Logan Paul story and ran with it. I knew we were going to have an absolute blast because the characters were so diametrically opposed in the audience's eyes. You had one guy, Logan Paul, that the audience simply detested, and I had just spun into a guy that everyone was really happy to see every week. Anytime you put in the amount of work that I put in last year while somebody else gets the top spot, if you were competitive and you want to be the best, you're just going to have resentment. It's just going to be there, and it's healthy, I think. In what appears to be an attempt to capitalize on LA Knight's popularity in WWE, Ryback would say this in an audio message to the star on Twitter.
Yo, LA Knight! It's the big guy, Ryback. Trademark. Hope everything is going well. Just reaching out today, brother. Everything looks like it's going great on your end. And you know, I'm watching you rise through the ranks, coming from being a Maxim male model manager to now, headlining pay-per-views and doing your thing. Each and every month that goes by, though, you've got the gun in hand. The bullets have been loaded. The reactions are there. The people are there. But each and every month that trigger is not pulled, that slope gets a little slipperier each and every month. That momentum is there. The people are there. What are they waiting for? Don't let them tell you anything else. This is a game of championships. You know the deal. Don't let them sell you a false bill of goods, brother. The name of the game is winning. Is LA Knight ready to win? Or are you going to go month after month? When they put you in there, it should be for you, but it's really for them. What you going to do, brother? And we know we got people out there telling you look like Stone Cold Steve Austin. What? That you're a Rock wannabe? No. LA Knight. You got to grab Gomez Adams. You got to grab Dana White Jr. You get them in a fucking room together, brother. And you got to map this shit out. Map this shit out all the way to the top. Because if you miss out on it, brother, you got to go away for a long time like the big guy to come back to do something special. Don't let that lightning out of the bottle. Don't let that opportunity slip away. You got to realize, look in the mirror. You are LA Knight. Yeah! Hashtag hungry. Feed me more.
With AEW star Chris Jericho sharing a story about an argument taking place backstage following Raw, many fans would call him out for this, writing, "What's Chris Jericho sharing this for? Did other wrestlers share the links whenever he got drunk and made an ass of himself? Kind of ironic. Probably running out of ex-WWE employees airing dirty laundry on his podcast, so he is resorting to other methods to keep himself relevant. It doesn't count if it happens in AEW. Jericho's starting a wrestling news site now? How much wrestling news is there? He's trying to make what goes on backstage at AEW seem normal." Mentioning Dominik Mysterio's recent comments about WWE's original plans to send him to NXT, Booker T noted this on his Hall of Fame podcast. "Dominik's not like Rey Mysterio, but he's like Rey Mysterio at the same time, if you understand what I mean. He's so much taller, but his athleticism, his timing, the grace, the flawlessness, he does everything. He does everything good. I was listening to him talk, and he was saying that the original plan was to start him out in the NXT program, and I think that would have been a mistake. I really do. I think they've slipped on a banana peel, and they got a bona fide star that they're going to be able to work with for the next 15 years. Speaking of NXT, it appears that the tag team of Brutus and Julius Creed will not be going to the main roster anytime soon, with Dave Meltzer pointing out they were under masks on NXT, saying on Wrestling Observer Radio, when they're walking away, the last two are Brutus and Julius. Totally hidden. You're not supposed to know who they are, but it wasn't so hidden because Ivy gave them a look and everything like that, but that's what it was. So they're definitely coming back with, I don't know if they're coming back under masks to avert and avoid the loser leaves town to come back under masks and do that gimmick, but they are not going to the main roster. So when there were people there who were assured that in fact they were not going to the main roster, and I thought, it's WWE. They lie to people to hide stuff all the time, but they were telling the truth on this one. Taking to Twitter, Grayson Waller would brag about making his in-ring main roster debut at Madison Square Garden, where he took a shot at The Rock. Here's the clip.
Can you imagine making your debut in Madison Square Garden, of all places, and you wear something like this? Hold on, I gotta put this on. Oh my god. Oh my gosh, this is so cringe. Do you smell what I'm cooking? This is yuck.
The Rock responded, writing, "Man, you're right. That outfit was so cringe. Here's what's more cringe. The fact you look and sound like you dropped out of some jabroni's balloon knot. Nice haircut, you Outback jack-off. P.S. My cringe debut outfit was all Triple H's idea." Waller wrote back, "Ouch. Those classic 1999 schoolyard insults really still hit. You still have an open invitation to be a guest on the Grayson Waller Effect, though. Sounds like you're in desperate need of the Grayson Waller rub." Despite her release from WWE, former NXT Women's Champion Mandy Rose said this during a Q&A on social media about her current pro wrestling career and possibly retiring. "I don't know if retires is the right word, but I'm not doing it right now. I don't know about the future. Pretty busy right now, doing a lot of things, and all is well. So..." Asked about her previous romance angle with Otis in WWE, Mandy Rose said during that same Q&A, "I know, wasn't it like the greatest thing ever? I just really wish it had a better ending, but what are you gonna do?" Reflecting on her walkout from WWE and if she could see herself collaborating with Mercedes Mone down the line, Trinity told the New York Post, "I wouldn't want to do it with anyone else other than her, whatever that is. I'll always do what's best for her, what's best for me, and what's best for the business. If it's something that comes up that makes sense for both of us, hell yeah. Me and her, we just had each other, it felt like. Other than Tamina, Bailey checking in on us regularly, that was it. We just had each other going through that. Nobody understands the magnitude of what happened and what really went went on and why we feel the way we feel and where we are, but me and her and the people that were involved that day. It just goes to show how real our friendship is and how real all of this is. When it comes to rumors of Ronda Rousey returning to UFC after she is done with WWE later in the year, UFC fighter Chelsea Chandler told MMA Junkie, "I've been hearing Ronda is coming back. I've heard she's coming back at 145. You never know. If I go out there and put on the performance I plan on putting on, I'll welcome her to 145. I think it would be a great fight. It has been a long time for her and things change, people get better, and I think people are on to her one-trick pony armbar. Money talks, and she would bring eyes to the sport again. I feel like her time in WWE is starting to go down, so I'd like to see it." Ariel Helwani would report on this issue through MMA Fighting, saying, "Ronda Rousey is not considering a UFC comeback, I'm told. No truth to the rumors started yesterday." Touching on the possibility of Bray Wyatt being a part of the Summerslam Premium Live event, Steve Carrier of Ringside News wrote, "WWE has a lot of plans in place for SummerSlam, but we have been able to confirm that sadly Bray Wyatt doesn't have a spot on the card. At this time, there is still no creative plans for Bray Wyatt's WWE return. He is not medically cleared yet." And this was your pro wrestling news update. I hope you're all having a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see y'all later.